name is Caroline Herbert. I'm the Instructional Design Manager at Foundation Center, part of a team bringing capacity and leadership development opportunities to nonprofit professionals, and representing Foundation Center today with my colleague, George Ford. If you're not familiar with us, we are a national nonprofit organization. We've been around since 1956. Our mission is to strengthen the nonprofit sector by advancing knowledge about philanthropy worldwide. A couple key ways that we accomplish our mission is that we are a leading authority on foundations and also do a lot of training. And I'm going to be talking about training, and George will be talking about our data and our database. So why take Foundation Center training? Well, we have a unique perspective because we do have close relationships with many funders around the world. So we're able to inform our training with the grant maker's perspective in terms of what they're looking for from nonprofit organizations. Also, our aim in our training is for our participants to be able to immediately utilize what you are learning in the classroom. So we try to deliver as much relevant information as possible. So one example is with our proposal writing training that we do in person. And I indicated, yes, you will write. It is hands-on. So we have moved away in the last couple of years from the lecture style format of delivery to a real workshop where you are writing parts of your proposal. We do peer review, and you are in the proposal writing workshop is a one-day session where you're doing a full outline and getting feedback. With our proposal writing boot camp, we have 3 whole days looking at proposal writing, budgeting, relationships with funders, and funder research, which you do come away with a peer-reviewed proposal and get some feedback. We have some other in-person trainings as well listed here, and how does it relate to you? And the benefits as a GuideStar Exchange member, we do offer a 20% discount on this in-person training. So what does that mean? Well, the prices for these full-day seminars are $295. So doing the math, that ends up being a discount of about $60 for taking any of the in-person sessions. And then what are these webinar series? Well, we've turned to the webinar format as a way to go beyond what we do in person to offer more practical training for professionals. And we have a wide range of webinar series offered throughout the year. And here are a couple coming up soon. One examining sources of funding and revenue to help you generate dollars more consistently. And then our More Asking, Less Writing looks at foundation fundraising strategy, a very sophisticated level. And you also get a discount for the 20% discount for these webinar series as well. So that is, here's my contact information if you have more questions about training. So I'm going to be handing it over now to my colleague, George Ford, who is the product manager for our online subscription services.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, again, my name is George Ford. I'm with Foundation Center, and I manage Foundation Directory Online, which is our flagship database search product for finding foundation, corporate, and other institutional funders. And I'll be telling you a little bit about Foundation Directory Online and what that offers for those of you not already familiar with it, and then how it relates to you as GuideStar Exchange participants. Foundation Directory Online for the last 15 years has been the primary resource for finding foundation funders. Over the years, we've continued adding content as well as functionality to it. There are grant records going back to 2003 from the foundations, or many of the foundations in the database. We have information also on corporate funders now, company-sponsored foundations, as well as corporate giving programs, as well as grant-making public charities. And most recently, steadily growing number of non-U.S. foundations that give domestically in their home countries as well as internationally. At launch, we had the top 10,000 foundations by total giving, identical to what is in our foundation print directory. That's grown, including the classes of funders that I mentioned before, as well as community foundations and everything else. That's now above 130,000 grantmaker profiles available in the database. Additionally, besides the funders I mentioned before, there's over 3.7 million grant records listed in the grant database. As I mentioned, going back to 2003 at the moment. There are the names of over 500,000 trustees, officers, and donors of the foundations that are in the database that you can search by name, and then you can also see on the funder record their affiliations. So that's a way of finding connections from your organization to funding prospects. We do, of course, have the IRS 990 and 990 PFs for the funders, for grant-making institutions, over 1 million of them at the moment, and they're keyword searchable. So you use the search interface to search across the actual 990 forms that we make available as PDF documents. You do this using a powerful search taxonomy plus keyword search. A little bit more about that taxonomy. For example, in the Search Grantmakers part of Foundation Directory Online, you can search by a funder's name or EIN. You can search by location, not only where they're located, but also, or instead, by their geographic focus, where they give. The taxonomy applies mainly to the fields of interest. So there are the robust set of terms for the population served, for topic or for subject topics, and for specifically international related terms. You can also search by types of support, so general operating, program development, in-kind giving, et cetera. And then, as I mentioned, also by keywords, so you can search across a whole record and see anything that comes back for the kinds of matches that you're looking for. Additional features and benefits. Power Search is a keyword field that lets you search across 9 different Foundation Center databases at once. 4 FDO-specific databases, Grantmaker, Grant Company, and 990, as well as 5 additional Foundation Center databases that include, and I'll just mention a couple of them, news, research reports, and other databases that give you context around the philanthropic world related to the keyword that you search for. On a funder profile, you can see maps and charts of foundations giving to see it geographically or by subject. We have a feature called Update Central that allows you to create reports by state on new funders, high-growth grant makers, and grant makers who have recent updates to their profiles, be it that governance or a new URL or other new information available about that funder. Lastly, MyFDO is a folder that allows you to manage search criteria that you saved, Grantmaker, Grant Company records that you've tagged, basically created a category for so you can find them more easily later, and your email alerts that allow you to see new information on funders that you've created alerts for in the FDO system. Foundation Directory Online is available to GuideStar Exchange Gold and Silver participants at 10% off. That's Foundation Directory Online Professional, which is the highest level of service and includes everything that I just covered. So if you subscribe at an annual or 2-year plan, if you're a new subscriber and you're a silver or gold exchange participant, you'll get 10% off that subscription rate.